Look at that.
Ah! Hey guys. Kiss on my lips.
Yeah,
and lick
bitch.
on my toes.
Yeah, it costs money to look at those.
I'm about to get an OnlyFans because I don't got no man.
That's right.
But maybe I can if I get an OnlyFans. Maybe they'll come and give me them bands.
Oh,
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah.
great start.
That's honestly, should we end the podcast right here?
I think we should.
I think it's not going to get better than that. I guess. All right, bye. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lady Gleep.
And Claire444 on Instagram.
And welcome to our podcast, Rigged Decks.
That's right.
The riggedest of the deckiest, yigged rex, rogged rooks. Yes, sir.
Some hands are better than the others.
Some hands are better than the others. So this is our Yodcast. Claire and I have our own language. We should probably come up with a key terms.
Right. Okay, the language, not that confusing, not that hard. There's no, nothing involved to it. It's just putting Y's at the beginning of everything.
Yeah. But then there's also like languages that I have made up with Skylar, our friend, which is Canadian.
Confusing, still don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like this. Our national anthem is Sancho Bingoon by Kyle Clarkson. It is an imaginary country above Canada, 5 inches to the left. They kind of like overlap a little bit. So this is Claire and I's first episode.
Wait, could you just explain to me the rules of Canadian again?
So basically there are no rules, but you can do it wrong. It definitely has your own flair. Depends what part of Canada you're from. I'm from
I thought it had something to do with the pronouns or something.
No. I'd say it's pretty vowel based.
Vowel based. Okay.
Yeah. Like my name, you could like, well, give me a sentence that you'd like to hear.
Hello, welcome to our podcast.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. But if you wanted to get like fancy with it, if you wanted to put your own little dialect, you could be like, "Hallery, welcome to the podcast." You could really just put any flair, but you can do it wrong.
Okay.
Like there's ways to do it wrong. Like if you want to try?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I feel like you should you should maybe just.
No, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, should we just talk about how we're friends?
Sure.
So, my legal documented government name is Gloriana. Or maybe
yeah,
and
my legal documented name is Kathleen,
which is
no.
we'll say your legal name is Claire.
Claire. It's my legal middle name.
Yeah, and Claire and I have known each other since high school. Well, I was in high school. Were you in high school?
I was going into high school.
So Claire was like one of those kids in high school that hung out with people who she wasn't supposed to be. Like Claire and I think we met at
the older kids.
Claire and I met at a party, and I'm pretty sure the first thing I made her do is take a shot, right, of alcohol.
And I believe you flashed me first.
Oh, I showed you my boobs.
Correct.
I love that for me.
And that's how we met.
Yeah, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah, and then it's been what, 7 years, 8 years?
Yeah, about that. I think
It's been a minute.
Yeah, but we've really grown since then.
Yeah. So I met Glow when I was 14, and how old are you?
I wish I could remember.
16.
Yeah, we'll say that because I'm 2 years older than you.
Yeah.
Addition.
Okay, right. So I'm 21 now.
And I'm 23.
Right. So it's been a while. You know what? No one math checked the 7 years. Literally, I don't know. Okay.
I know. I don't want to get. Thankfully, this is a sound, and you can't see the video.
The counting on the fingers.
The counting on the fingers right now is real, but I also can't multitask, so I'm actually not counting. My fingers are just going up and down. Doesn't really mean much. But Claire and I are from the same town originally, but I ended up transferring. halfway through high school, but all my like we still hung out all the time. We were in the same friend group.
And then what the turning point of our relationship, I'd say, was we decided to go see the solar eclipse in Tennessee.
The full totality in summer 2017.
Yes, I believe so. I was still in. Did I just graduate high school?
Yeah, it was that summer.
I had just graduated high school. I had only been like mutual acquaintances, I'd say.
We were in the same friend group, but we weren't like, I wouldn't come to you with my drama, or I wouldn't like.
Well, I was 14 years old, yeah.
Yeah, but we started our own friendship that summer.
Right, when I was 17 and you were 19? Okay, yeah. And that was just so fun. We drove.
It was a great time. I had a blast with you, wink, wink. I went on my own will. I chose to go to Tennessee with Gloriana. It was great.
Yeah, no, that trip is documented if anybody ever wants to see that. But
so basically, Claire and I were not close. And
no, not at all.
I wanted to do something really spontaneous. And I also wanted to like film a documentary-ish video, like YouTube video. Like, I traveled 13 hours to go see the total eclipse in Tennessee. And I wanted to make like a fun YouTube video. I was like, this is epic. And I was like, I can't do it alone though. Like, that's too much. So I knew Claire was home because at the time all of our friends were in college and I went to community college.
And I was still in high school.
Yeah, but you were also going to college in Connecticut.
Right. Commuting.
We're from Connecticut. So like Claire was kind of like a person I knew, but also someone I could easily like hang out with in a car for 3 days. So I literally asked her maybe 4 days before, right? Or 3. Yeah. I was like, hey, do you want to go to Tennessee with me for 3 days over the weekend to watch the moon like cover the sun like completely?
Yes.
Yeah.
Immediate answer, yes. Be there tonight. And then we went.
Yeah, and we got a flat tire. What? 3 hours in, not even. Oh my God,
we were in New Jersey. And we got a flat tire, and we don't know how to change our tire, I'm gonna learn one of these days.
Yeah, I feel like if your dad heard you, does he know? He must know that he hasn't taught you.
He knows.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I think he thinks that he did at one point, and thinks I still remember. I don't. I don't remember how to
tell him either.
No. But it's on WikiHow. That's my whole thing. Is like everything now, a YouTube video. It's a YouTube video away. And okay, I get it. You got to be on LTE to look it up.
What's going to happen when you go off grid? I guess you won't have a car when you're off grid, will you?
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's a different story. But Claire and I end up driving. What? It took 13 hours. No, it took like 20 hours to get there, right?
Oh my God.
It almost took a full day.
Yeah, it did. Definitely did. I don't even know. I was delusional the whole time.
Yeah, no, completely delusional. When I was driving, Claire would be passed out. And then when it was her turn to drive, I'd like wake up and she'd be like trying to find a ditch for us to sleep in.
Yeah. But we did get some cool footage from that. It was good. And then we finally got to Tennessee and,
Yeah, I'd wake up and we'd be off road by an alpaca farm, and I'm like, what is going on? And that's why it took 20 hours.
You know what? Glow tried to make me shit in someone's front yard in like the middle of suburbia, and that just came to memory, and I felt like I should say it. That
road was really. We were in Virginia. And Virginia is for lovers, and that makes sense as to why we fell so deeply in love.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think if we didn't go to Virginia together, we would have ever.
We wouldn't have been here right now.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
It led us to this point.
Yeah, and then once we were in we were only there for like literally what?
A day.
Not even. Literally not even. We woke up. Oh no, we got there really late at night, like 10:30, and we're like, let's go look around. And we went to a bar, and since you were like a minor, they wouldn't let you in. And we're like, please, we just want to eat a corn dog.
And they did. They were like, okay.
Yeah, they let us
reasonable.
in. And then we went to what was that like fake Greek place?
Oh my God. Please don't name me. Wait, no, I'm gonna name it.
The
Parthenon. Pantheon.
That sounds the part.
Okay, I've
Parthenon.
been to one. The one in Italy. I feel like I should. Oh,
I know you studied abroad. I've been a
know,
little
I've been to that
Connecticut
one.
rat my whole life. Anyways, we went there. We watched some bats. Did we bring?
Yeah.
Did we bring your
hammocks.
hammock? We
Yeah,
hammocked.
we hammocked. We watched some
A
guys
little boy pee
skateboard.
his pants.
We watched little boy pee his pants. That was very funny.
I think that was our like first moment we had together.
You know,
where I was like,
yeah.
that was our love.
Oh
like,
my god,
our
it was
love kind of
so
blossomed
funny.
there.
I felt bad for the mom. Don't get me wrong, I did. The parents, I felt bad for, but it was just so.
It
We
was so
had
good.
such a good laugh about this little boy peeing his pants.
And the thing is, my high beams were on. We were in my car, and they were like packing the trunk. And you could tell the mom was like, "Oh shoot, he has to pee," but like I'm packing up the carriage. She was like putting it in the
And
trunk
he was
really
doing a
quick.
little
Yeah,
dance.
he had to go so bad. It
was funny.
we basically put a spotlight on this poor 3-year-old peeing his pants, but it really bonded.
We
us.
loved it. Thank you, little boy.
He's probably like 9 now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's so weird to think about that there's children
Well,
that exist.
when do kids like stop peeing their pants?
I don't know. I always think about
What are we gonna say? Like 7?
Yeah, probably 7. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I always think about like
6, 7. Okay.
Okay. When's the first time you let a kid shower by themselves? I cannot think about the first time my mom was like, "You got this. You go in there, you come out clean. I'll see you on the other side."
Oh no, I refused to shower. I was a greasy ass.
So your parents probably watched you shower until you were like,
no, I can't remember, but my mom would have to like fight me to get in the shower. I'd be like, I'm not doing, or I'd lie. I'd lie about taking a shower. I'd be like, yeah, I took one.
Anyways, we were in Tennessee. Then we ended up going back to our Airbnb, which was beautiful. And she had her dogs had Instagram accounts, which was very Nashville of her.
Yeah,
but I loved
link
her
in bio.
I loved her for it. We woke up. We went to like downtown Nashville. We found like a really nice place to sit. We graffitied our names on a stall of a random restaurant.
As you do.
Yeah, we like wrote our names in like a heart in a moon.
in a solar eclipse.
Yeah, in the bathroom stall. Like, because we're the type of girls that just carry Poscas and like permanent markers on us. You never know.
And for anybody that doesn't know what a Posca is,
it's a paint marker.
it's a paint marker. But yeah.
So then we found like a really comfortable spot in this park to watch this the sun and the moon kiss.
And then it got blocked by a cloud. We have footage of it all. If you ever want to see that, just
yeah. But Claire and I, that's really where our friendship blossomed, and we love that. And we've been friends ever since that day. But now I am here in my house.
Yeah, I feel like we really bond over creativity.
Yeah, that I think. Also, to get astrology-esque and talk about our signs. Claire's a Leo and I'm a Aquarius, so we're just meant to be. We're both left-handed.
Yeah, we are the rare percent of the world.
Yeah, we were just meant to work together creatively. Like, I'm pretty sure the world pushed us together to make beautiful art.
Right, it does feel like that.
So Claire, what's your like actual major?
So my actual major in school right now is going to be, it's a communications major with a focus in advertising and public relations. Just chose that because it was the least math, to be completely honest with you. But I do have a minor in studio art, and that is where my true passion lies.
Claire's. I remember like one of the first things I noticed about you was your art, like your artistic skill.
Yeah, I've always I've been drawing. I can't stop. I think it's a little bit of like you just gotta. I feel like I always gotta be doing something.
I know. I'll like at the end of the day, I'll be like, wow, I did nothing today. And then I just have like notebooks filled with doodles. I like wrote a song in my head and like came up with a melody, or like I painted something, or like made something. But I'm like, I did nothing.
Yeah, all throughout high school, I didn't carry any lined notebook papers. Absolutely not. I carried the cans and sketchbooks, the ones with the blue front, 90-pound paper, so I could write on it in Sharpie, and I would doodle. And if the teacher would say something, like write something down, I would just make a small note of it within the drawing I was already doing. Yeah,
I've seen your iPad for your college notes, which is basically just a piece of art with some information in the middle.
Yeah, I can't take notes. I just like to, when I listen to podcasts, like I like to doodle and whatever. So I like to treat lectures like podcasts and doodle simultaneously.
Yeah, I'm retaining this information.
And when I was growing up and teachers would be like, no, you have to focus. You got to listen to me. I would just be like, I can't be doing that.
Art is my fidget spinner, ma'am.
Literally, art is my fidget spinner. Yeah, but yeah, so thank you. Shout out to all the teachers who always just let me doodle in class and, live my art life. Mr. Tabaka, thank you so much. That math teacher my senior year, I'm sorry I forget your name. You were
I hope you're listening.
You were so nice about it, I would literally take out a full watercolor palette and
on your high school desk.
On my high school desk, I'd have like a 16 by 20 sketch pad, and I would sit there and I would doodle, and I wouldn't take any notes.
I love that.
And he let me live my life. So thank you.
When did
Mr. Getsai?
Have you just always been drawing? Like how did you take like, oh, I like to draw, and turn it into like, oh, I want to pursue art?
Always been drawing. Didn't even, it just has been, I hate to say it, it's been a rigged deck because it's just been working out for me. I just have drawn since, I was 5. My mom has like paintings of my 5-year-old self hung up in the house, and she was just astonished because I could draw. I had perspective as a 5-year-old, like a depth of field, right? And she was like, oh my God,
this girl is a genius. She will be in the Guggenheim by 11 years old.
Yeah, no, but so from then, just drew all the time. Always had paper, pens accessible. My parents are creative people. My mom's graphic designer. Father's an electrician. But he's a carver. He's a wood.
Your dad can make a spoon like no other. He is so crazy gifted at carving. It's kind of absurd. It's one of those things where like if I was watching TV, he could be the Bob Ross of carving spoons.
Oh my God. You know what? We gotta get a segment or something going.
Like your dad is the Bob Ross of spoon making and carving.
He's got the personality for it too.
Yeah. 100%. There's no way.
Yeah, so my that's helped, and then I the studio art minor, excuse me.
It's major in your heart.
It's major in my heart.
Minor in the leagues.
I have a cool teacher who's just really cool and just very chill, doesn't give too much direction in art, which is nice. Doesn't put you in a box per se. And that's that's what I need.
There's no box to think outside of because there's no box.
Right. And that is what I need. So excuse me, I just burped. But yeah, it's always been just I always knew that it was gonna be. I can't stop. I just can't stop.
Yeah,
it's a coping mechanism.
100%. I don't. It depends on what mood I am.
Yeah, but you've always been creative too.
Yeah, so basically, I'll do my little spiel.
Give the spiel, girl.
Oh my God, should I? You think they want to hear it? So my name is Gloriana, and I've been doing art before I even existed. Do you hear my name? That's art to begin with.
No, it is you know what? To go on that point though, your name definitely influences who you are.
100%.
100%.
Have you ever heard how I got my name? Have I ever told you that story?
It is a very wild story.
So basically, my parents didn't know each other. They met at a club. It was And my mom, Judy, she was just like sitting there with her friend Flo, which is funny because my nickname's Glow. But she was sitting there. Here, picture it. It's dark. We're at a club in New Rochelle.
Judy's sitting with her friend Flo.
Yeah, they just got out of work. My mom's a hairdresser. They're probably like itchy.
How old was your itchy? What?
You know, after a haircut and you like have hair all over yourself and you're like, ew, I need to shower. Just imagine being the person cutting the hair all day.
I don't think that's a thing.
Anyways, we're in the club. We're in the club. And my dad is there with all of his car dealership friends. Ooh. They're out in New Rochelle. I guess the
scene is set.
Yeah. I guess my dad probably walks up to my mom, gets her a drink. I don't know. It ends with my mom getting pregnant. And so like a week goes by maybe, I guess, yeah. And my mom has a dream one night, and my mom's mom had passed away at this point. So my mom's
grandma.
Yeah, my grandma. So my mom's having a dream that she is pregnant, giving birth. And my grandma is the one delivering the baby.
Interesting.
And my grandma's name is Gloria. And my mom's grandma's name was Anna.
Oh, there's the name.
Yeah.
There's the name,
and
everyone.
So in the dream, my grandma Gloria like takes me delivers me and puts me on my mom's stomach. And she's like, this is your daughter. Her name is Gloriana. And my mom wakes up like in complete panic and fear. Because like, how scary is it to see your, first of all, dead parent in a dream, but also be like, hey, here's your baby, and this is her name, and you better not mess this up.
Yeah, crazy.
So she writes down my name on a piece of paper, and then when she wakes up for real, like in the morning after a nice restful sleep, she went to the OB or wherever you go.
Because she had an intuition.
She had an intuition. I think she might have done an at-home pregnancy test first, and it was negative, and she's like, I'm pregnant. Like, I know I'm pregnant.
She's like, I know John. And that's close to
John Restrepo gets girls pregnant. So she like went to the OB, and they did a test, and they're like, no, you're not pregnant. And my mom was like, hey, I had this dream, so run the test again. Like, I know I'm pregnant. No way.
She had them run the test twice?
They were like, listen, like, it's not going to come back any other way. The only way we can know for certain is if we do an internal ultrasound. It's basically like a dildo, but to see inside of you.
Oh, okay, a colonoscopy, but in your vag, right?
Yeah, it's like a magic wand to see if babies are inside. Right. I wonder if they still put the goo on the tummy. Probably not. Oh shoot! Oh my gosh! I'm getting a call. Rude. I should have muted my phone. Back to the story. That's my heartbeat. Because my mom ended up doing. She was like, "Yeah, I want to do the invasive ultrasound test. I need to know that I'm pregnant." I was 9 days old.
That's right, baby.
My mom, goddamn, knew. She was like, "That's my daughter, Gloriana. You don't need it."
Her name, yeah. That's where the name.
Yeah, she was like, "All right, like
So she named you while you were in womb.
Yeah.
Before she even knew the gender.
She just knew, like, from the dream that I was a girl and I was gonna be Gloriana. My mom has like weird intuition. Eventually I'll talk about my family, but my grandma like hung out with Ed and Lorraine Warren and like wrote ghost stories. And
that's a whole
that's another story. And my sister, and the funniest part about my name and like my mom finding out that I was like 9 days alive. No, I wasn't alive yet, but I was like, she was 9 days pregnant, is that when when my mom was pregnant with my sister Karina, she didn't know for 5 months. She had no idea. And Karina's also like, you named me after Gloriana. Like, my mom intentionally spelt my sister's name wrong to make it look like mine. So that's where my ego came from. But yeah, my name definitely influenced me in who I was. It convinced me that I was unique.
Right.
I was like, no one has my name.
100%. I pulled one of those, call me by my middle name. I'm one of those. Yeah. So to make myself feel unique, friends. You know.
Yeah.
God.
We're both those girls.
Yeah.
But I don't think we act that way. I don't think we come off that way.
Oh my God, I try not to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's a weird balance of like trying to feel like you're capable of success and wanting to like be perceived as successful in your own sense, which for me is being able to, you know, make a living out of what I love to do.
Yeah, being creative, right?
Like being able to afford a lifestyle that I want to live, not necessarily like the fame, but just not have to work a 9 to 5 and be able to do the art.
Speaking of 9 to 5, gotta work one on Friday.
Gross. So growing up, my I don't remember really drawing or painting much as a kid. I know I did for sure. I loved stamps and I loved Blue's Clues. I don't really remember drawing much. My uncle actually, like, maybe once I got 5 or 6 is when I started drawing, because my uncle was a graphic designer and he'd let me. What are all those fancy markers? Not the Copics, but the thick black ones.
All I know is Copic, baby.
No, you know Faber-Castell. No, they're expensive. They're black. They're double-ended.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, my uncle used those, and he'd let me use all his fancy markers. My parents let me do whatever I wanted. I wore a blue wig.
Can I just point out, so nice. Your uncle? So nice of your uncle. I would have been hovering over your shoulder.
I was like a 3. No.
Oh my God. And you knew not to press too hard?
He let me use them.
Oh my God. What a king.
Honestly. Like, I would never let a kid.
A 3-year-old? Absolutely not. With my expensive markers? Get out of town.
Yeah, I lived at my grandpa's, so I must have been younger than 5 for sure. But he let me use his nice markers.
Wow.
Bless him.
Yeah.
He probably.
You know, but I don't. When I think of you, I don't think of you as a drawer. So
I didn't really draw or paint that much. I definitely watched like so much TV. A good amount.
What? What would you watch?
Blue's Clues.
Nickelodeon? No, were you a Nickelodeon or Disney kid?
I was just straight up Blue's Clues. Dragon Tales. That's all I watched.
Okay.
I would wear a blue wig everywhere I went. I hung out with like my god cousins, my godmother's kids. So I was like the only girl hanging out with 3 boys all the time. So I definitely got my edge then. Was one of the boys since I was born. So I didn't really like do much artistically. I sang a lot. I had a karaoke machine. I definitely grew up more like showing my creativity in music and performing. I know you like to perform for your family. You would dance, so I know you could feel me there when I say I performed. I used to wear the blue wig and sing I'm blue, you know, that song.
I'm
just on
vague, so vaguely
for like hours, and my family would clap every time, which I greatly appreciate. Yeah. But I started getting my dad bought me my first camera, I think for my like 4th birthday, and that's fourth grade birthday. Sorry, I'm probably like
4th grade. Yeah, okay, so like what?
9?
Yeah, 9.
We don't know what ages, obviously, in this podcast. We don't ever check the math.
Yeah, please never check the math.
Yeah, in 4th grade, I 100% got my first camera for my birthday. My best friend and I would record ourselves nonstop, and then in 6th grade is when I made my first YouTube video. Like, all I wanted to do was be on SNL in 6th grade. I wrote it in my little yearbook, like, when I grow up, I want to be on SNL.
Right.
Like, I led with my funny first, but it was definitely a coping mechanism.
100%.
You know how it goes.
I know how, carrying my sketchbook everywhere.
Yeah, it was 100% a coping mechanism, but it worked because now I've been able to, like, work out the kinks where I could be funny but like also be nice and
and it's not uncomfortable and detrimental to other people's emotions.
Because I definitely was like that type of funny before where I was like, oh, like people are gonna laugh at me, I'm gonna destroy everyone who is mean, but then I would just carry it like everywhere. I'd be like, oh, I could only be funny if I'm being mean. But now I'm like, I just make jokes to joke and be funny, and
that's on growth.
Wait, no. I need to learn what buttons are what on our little machine right here.
Yeah, we got a little soundboard in front of us.
But yeah, I did YouTube like most of my high school career, which you could you can confirm.
I can confirm.
And I
Justin Bieber baby video went viral. So
yeah,
there it is.
I had a good 80,000 views on that. I went trick-or-treating. Some third graders stopped me. And then I just never made a video again.
And that's on that.
Yeah. If I'd never stopped though, sometimes I'm like, oh, why'd I stop? Because I definitely stopped because of what other people would say. And if it was people who I didn't like and care for were saying bad things, I don't think I would have stopped. But it was like the people I loved were like, please, like I don't want to be a part of it. Like don't. And I'm like, please, no.
Yeah, but we're back.
And we're back and we're so better than ever.
Still making content.
Yeah, and I think more creative like art, painting and stuff like that came in high school.
The deeper side of it. Yeah.
I started writing poetry and music.
Going to open mics.
And playing the ukulele. And that's like when I got like deep. But I definitely think you being in my life made me more painting and drawing artistically.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I definitely appreciated you and I think after college, not mid-college, I worked at a pizza job and I met my friend Celia there, and she's like one of the most artistic, creative, very, beautiful minds I've ever met, and she definitely has influenced me to like, it was always there 100%, my artistic capabilities and talents. Like I would doodle the one-line faces a bunch in high school. Like that was my one little niche. And I would make clothes and stuff. Like I made clothes in high school, but I didn't.
Yeah, I love those. A lot of tie dye.
Yeah,
a lot of a few silk screens here and there.
Yeah, but it wasn't until like
silk screen's a form of printing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was until like senior year when my high school like let me have my own shop, and my friend Philip and I just like made T-shirts all the time, and like we painted the inside of the store.
Yeah, you've been very creatively inclined, like art. Like clothing wise, fashion wise, I feel like you always, thrifting, doing things like that. I feel like you've always been very musical, very like you have your signature things you paint and draw.
Yeah, I'm always trying to like find new things at the same time though, but the things I have been doing,
you don't you don't experiment that much within painting, but you work out what you have. Yeah,
like I love gouache and I love gouaching, and I think
Chloe got me my first gouache set. Love it.
I was like, Claire told me she hated gouache, and I was like, happy birthday, I bought you a gouache set.
Love it now.
Yeah, I think I've grown in like that specific sense, but sometimes like I'll only paint like if you're around or if Celia's around, and sometimes I have to push myself to paint myself, or I'll go take a ceramic class and I'll learn how to make ceramics. I definitely love messing around and finding a niche that I really like, and being able to have something in my brain and then physically hold it or physically look at it.
Right. Like that
one of the best feelings in the world.
I also love a nice immediate gratification, which is why I think you like doing the mirrors.
I love doing the mirrors.
Glow does these mirrors where she glues like little tiles or stained glass or little things all over in shapes and patterns or little, sporadic designs, and they come out very cute. But I think you like doing that, just like how I like producing bracelets or weaving like a bracelet.
Yeah,
it's that instant gratification. It takes like a few minutes, like not too long. Yeah, it takes a few hours.
It takes like a good 30 minutes to come up with a design.
30 minutes to an hour,
then, like,
right?
Another 30 to like glue it down.
Right, to execute it, and then it's like, and then you just have it there, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, I did that.
You're just like, I brought something that was in my mind out into the real world and/or simulation, however you do it.
But then like because I'm a TV and communications major, and I grew up like assuming that I wanted to be an actor because the SNL roots. I wanted to act and I wanted to make movies, and I always loved film. So that was like one of my biggest passions was to create things.
Communications majors are never really fucking communications majors.
Yeah, never.
It's always just like, we want to do something with art.
And in my TV and film production major, I was able to like learn how to direct TV shows. But I've had a camera since like 6th grade. I understand that. And so I would make YouTube videos.
ISO.
I so understand that. And then I also went to New York Film Academy. I learned, you know, a bunch of other basics and how to write TV and stuff. But then I totally forgot. I had an internship with this woman. Her name's Meredith Post. I'll name drop. Her whole family is like pretty well known in my city. Her son owns a clothing line, Dirtbag. I like to rock it all the time. And her husband, Frank, is an artist. And I think definitely like being with her, she taught me how to screenwrite. I would help her husband like silk screen and make prints, and I'd go to his studio and like
She definitely taught you some stuff.
And then I would record Phil's fashion shows. So being around them 100% like influenced,
elevated the creativity. Yeah. I feel like you elevated my own creativity too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But my dad like bought me a camera so I could make short films and pursue that dream of writing scripts, making shorts, because that was genuinely what I wanted to do when I was 18, 19. And then once I got the camera and it just took a lot of energy to write a script that I could easily shoot in my town, low budget. I was like, I'm wasting this really expensive camera that my dad just bought for me. So I should pick up a new hobby that I could use this camera for. So it's not just sitting here when I'm not making movies.
Right.
And that's when I kind of picked up photography. And
and I feel like that's what you're best
and
known for right now.
Right now. And that's been 3 years, which is kind of crazy. It's really hard because it's not like I could see a future with it, but it's like not what my heart. It's so confused.
Really?
My heart doesn't know.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it though. No one knows.
Yeah.
not to be cliche, but dead ass. You know, good for all the people that know what they want to do in college. Oh my god, my voice just cracked. What they want to do. People who know what they want to do, congrats to you. You are on a different level of productivity and matureness that I have yet to reach at 21. Congrats to those people. You know, I'm like, it's inspiring truly, but me and all my friends
yeah, I mean,
not all my friends, I take that back. You know,
majority.
Some of my like me and you, no idea where this is taking me, no idea where I'm going. Yeah. So, and that's okay.
I could see myself doing photography, being in magazines, but I don't think that would fulfill me.
Right.
If it was just photography.
Do you think that your livelihood has to be your passion? Do you think that they have to be tied?
Yeah.
Really?
For me specifically, I'm not saying for everyone.
Yeah, not for everyone. Because I don't think that, because like, you know,
maybe if I was my own, like if I ran my own business and being a businesswoman was like the thing, but it's weird because I think it all coexists. That's why I think it has to be my livelihood, because my art is my passion, but I want it to be my job. So then it's my livelihood because it's my career.
Right. Yeah, no, I know what I kind of know what you're saying. That was a little confusing, but like what I mean is like, oh, my dad, great carver, like we had mentioned earlier before, but he's an electrician by trade, master electrician. Thank you very much. But no, he like, I always like, oh my God, you could totally take this somewhere as a side gig, but even full time if you started producing, but he doesn't want to, you know, and that's okay.
He was also raised in a completely different generation where you weren't supposed to pursue art as a career. And my parents, I think because both my parents didn't go to college. My dad went to real estate school and also sold cars, and my mom did hair. So they never really pushed me academically.
Right, neither did mine.
They pushed me very much so creatively. There we go. I was like, I'm saying that wrong. Creatively. They pushed me creatively. Because they saw like my potential, and my parents were the type to be like, did you see what Gloriana did? Like, oh my God, she's so good. And I'd have like a straight C report card. And they're like, yeah, but she made this video. It was amazing.
No, it's nice to have that support, you know.
Which sometimes I'm like, I really would have loved if you made me get A's or help me.
Yeah, but you know, school.
Yes.
You're good at it, and congratulations. That's honestly impressive because I'm not. So hats off.
Hats off. I wish I had the hat. I wish when you took the hat off, you put it on my head.
I wish it was maybe even a graduation cap.
Yeah. Honestly, that would be cool. I would really like a hat to be worn on my head, but instead my parents were like, here's some paper, fold one. It will get wet and disintegrate off your head if it's raining, but it looks cool. Yeah. People will compliment you.
Right.
It's not everyone's hat.
Yeah, but I think, I feel bad for, like, people that don't pursue their passions as their livelihood, especially if they're very talented. I'm like, oh my God.
Do you see yourself pursuing?
I'd like to, but if I don't, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Because so many people do that. So many people do that just to survive and just to live. So I don't hate on that at all. Of course, like, do what you have to do. Like, I feel like very privileged to be able to try and pursue art even, while simultaneously working. But
I think I could do a job that allowed me to be creative. Say I worked at a lighting company, right? That I would be involved in things that I wish I was, in charge of, but at least I'd be like a part of the team. Like, I would be a production assistant if I could be. I'd work.
But you couldn't work an office job?
No.
Yeah. It's tough. It's like really just sitting there. Yeah.
I was a production assistant on People's Court. It's like a Judge Judy show, but it's filmed in Connecticut. And I was a production assistant, and I literally did office work all day, but when we would film, I'd get to like run around and have a walkie-talkie and like watch the show. But it irked me so much that I had no say in anything creative. Right. And so I knew
I want to be running the show.
Yeah, like I needed to have a word or an influence on whatever I'm doing, cuz if I'm on a team, I need to feel like I'm a part of the team.
Not just
not just like a player.
Right.
Like I need like coach to be like, "What do you think, Chloe?"
Chloe's currently wearing a shirt that says "Why?" because I'm the coach. That's why she's wearing that shirt.
I have coach energy for sure.
You definitely do.
When it comes to creative projects.
If you ever had a kid, would you coach their like team if you knew nothing about it?
No, I would, because that's not like my forte. That's not my will forte. I think if anything, like if my kid wanted to like have a club or like an art club or like a TV movie club and talk about stuff, I'd be like, here's a curriculum. We're going to learn about Edgar Wright today. Like I'd be all for that. I'd run that.
Right.
Run it.
Yeah.
But
coach energy.
Yeah. I think because I was only good at basketball until everyone reached my height. And I was like, wow, I'm not the tallest on the
relatable.
Court.
You're like, I'm not center anymore.
Yeah. Once they like would put me what's number 4?
I don't know.
Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 center. Okay. And the 3 and the 4 are like could be center, but they're not.
Midi, I don't know. I just can't remember.
When I went from 5 being like the elite on the team, center is basically point guard. Yeah. Basically, like you're the most important person on the 100%. Team. And once like everyone hit 5'8" like me, it was over.
It was over. Same.
My career was done.
Yeah, I stopped playing basketball after that.
My highlight of playing basketball was one time. I was in elementary school still, so 6th grade. My grandpa only came to one game. They stopped running the scoreboard because I
blew it up.
Like 40 points.
Yeah, love that.
My one skill was rebounding, and I was nasty. I was so nasty.
Me too. Yeah, that was my, because we're tall.
Yeah,
we're
both 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, 5'8.5". 5'8.5". Probably like 5'9" with shoes.
Yeah, I think we're the same height.
Yeah, we are definitely.
Yeah, we don't need to like compare. I'd say
we are for sure.
Yeah, I don't need to like go back to back with you.
Yeah, I feel like I look you in the eyes always.
Yeah, always. Even though I never notice people are shorter than me.
Absolutely never. And then I'll stand in front of a mirror. One of my good friends,
I only
Alicia.
Notice in pictures.
My best friend Alicia. Literally, she is. Oh my god, how tall do you think Alicia is?
5'4".
Oh my god, I have never noticed in my entire life.
My,
I literally will only notice it when we take a picture.
Me too. That's how I am with Philip.
And I'm shocked.
We wear the same shoe size, same pants. We could switch clothes. So I'm like, we're the same. And then I take a picture with him and like his head is on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did you shrink?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember having a head on you.
Yeah. And especially when I walk around with Alicia, I never feel like I'm looking down at her. I feel like I don't, realize that I'm like, I don't even realize. It's very funny.
You would think that our tallness would like add to our narcissism energy to be like, not only are we so creative, badass, leader type of women, but we're also these Wonder Woman living on the island.
But I feel like 5'8"
what are those
is
girls
like
called on the Wonder Woman island?
On the Wonder Woman island.
Yeah. What's that word for like strong, beautiful women?
Queen.
I'm a bad bleep. F the bleep.
You got Meg the Stallion. No, I don't know. Sometimes I like being tall. Other times I'm like, ski. Like
It's the third grader in you who's like.
It's the third grader in me who's like, I'm masculine.
Yeah. Anytime I'm like, ew, I know it's like the inner child in me who is just hovering over all the tiny men that I had a crush on. And now I totally notice I like crush on men I could fit in my pocket. I'm like, yes, shorty. Yes.
Yeah, no, I think I've gotten over the tall complex, but because you know what, 5'8" is like totally average.
We're considered short now. We're shorties.
Yeah, I mean, average.
Yeah,
average.
I think because of TikTok, I see.
What about TikTok?
No, I've noticed there's really tall girls.
Oh, and if you're from TikTok, hello.
TikTok's a completely. I feel like that's low key half of my identity right now.
It totally is.
There's people from my city that like watch my stuff. I know 100%, but I don't know that they watch it. Like there's probably, because there's so many usernames, it's not like I could see everyone that's watching me, but I think they all know. Like there's no way they
probably
don't know.
I mean, I love that for you. I feel like it's always kind of been like that when you're with your YouTube.
Yeah, I think my whole career, everyone knew me like pretty online. Like I was definitely an online type of person.
You are.
In high school, I even worked on our like school news. So every Friday, I'd be on the TV.
Right. So you're definitely just like a persona. Like I, on the other hand, not online. Haven't been online since January.
Yeah, Claire's like been free of social media, and it's also been like the only thing I've been doing.
Right. We're very opposite in that sense. I want to get back online. It's a little triggering for me currently. Instagram specifically. I'm on TikTok, but I've only made a few.
She follows me.
Glow's like one of the only people I follow, but I'm looking to follow more.
I love when you pop into my live streams. I'm like, I love it. I love it. I've like genuinely, it's weird because before I got TikTok, I was like, I used to have so many internet friends. I used to be on my computer after school on AIM.
Yeah, you made a TikTok about this.
Yeah, literally talking to people all the time that I didn't know, probably catfishing me. Right. I've definitely been catfished multiple times. That could be a completely other. We should do a story.
Oh my god, I could talk about so many things.
It could be a book. But I would like literally talk to people all the time, and I didn't really have many like in-person friends. And then in high school, I had like all in-person friends, and I would go online to just see people that I knew and like their stuff. But now,
that's kind of where I'm at, right? Well, I was at, and I don't want to be.
I think social media only works for me because the only people I follow from my real life are people I genuinely care about, in love, or like have like a crush on. Like if I follow you and we've known each other from high school, it's because I want you to love me, or like you already do.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on the social media, everyone. I feel like for some reason I feel like there's like a looming like
There's just ways to do it right and there's ways to do it wrong.
Right. I want to only use social media to post things that I'm creating, and I only want to interact with the people who interact with the things that I'm creating with.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to talk to the people who like my stuff and like my close friends. Like you just said, like I want to talk to, and it's hard for me to look at other creators' stuff because like we were talking about before, I don't want it to be like, well, we didn't talk about this on air, but we were talking about it in person. I don't want it to be like a subliminal thing where I accidentally like take someone's idea while I'm painting, or even while I'm talking. I don't want to accidentally recite something that someone already said.
Yeah.
And think that it's like my own, like, and just forget because I'm shot.
And the way the internet works now, people can pick up mannerisms and then it becomes like a meme, which is so weird to think about.
Right.
Like how one person little, not tick, but like quirk.
Right.
Like if someone or like,
it does like some weird sound. They're like, you got that from right.
Or right now it's really popular to like put your hand over your face when you say something dramatic and kind of like slap it. Like
I didn't even. Is that a TikTok thing? I didn't even know that.
I don't know if it's a TikTok thing, but I've seen a lot of it where someone says something. They're like telling a story where they're embarrassed and they slap their face and cover it really hard. And now people are like, that came from you're copying them.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so weird because...
Like, definitely give respect where respect is due. Like, if I were to ever start creating a painting and someone's like, oh, my God, that looks just like blah, blah, blah's work, I would burn it, you know, and be like, so this isn't mine. Like, then I obviously, like, subliminally stole that from somebody.
Yeah. But imagine being on the other side and seeing...
having your shit copied.
Yeah, like, if someone created a mirror that looked like mine, I'd be like,
this bitch.
I'd be like, that was mine. But it's weird because once you put your art out there, it's
the world.
It's the world's now.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to you, which is one of like the saddest parts about art. Because I love art and I want to share it, 100%. But like when it gets into say like I guess I learned at a really young age because I was bullied that people are always gonna love you and always gonna hate you. And I think I used to focus a lot on like the negative things that people were saying about me and things that like people didn't like about me, and I'd like hyper fixate on them.
Yeah.
And then I noticed once I kind of just realized that they're always gonna exist somewhere in the background. I don't really need to know what's going on and what's being said or what people's perspective
Fuck
of
the
me.
haters.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but
I mean, I'll take criticism, but I want it from the people who love and care about
Of course.
me.
That's what everyone, like, no need for any of that, but it comes with everything, so it's just whatever.
But social media, like the way I remember I did a good, healthy unfollowing spree.
Oh my God, that's another reason why I'm not on social media currently. Like, I need to do a good, healthy unfollowing.
When I followed the people from my high school, and I'd like see that they have tons of comments and everyone comments on their stuff and they have tons of likes, and I would post and like literally no one would comment on it. I'm like, hey girlies, like what's up? Like where's the love? I was like, oh, like they're in like a circle. Like they've already created this thing like where I comment on yours, you comment on mine, like we pop off together. And I was like not on the train, and I was like, but please sir, I have a ticket, let me on. They're like, no, sorry,
right,
wrong train, that train left an hour ago. Yeah,
it's hard to be like fake on social media. It's hard to just be like a ride or die to someone's like page or just because you've known them from high school. I don't know. But like if I like that shit, I'm gonna like that shit. I'm gonna comment or whatever. But I don't know. I need to get back on. Yeah. I'll probably come back on with maybe show people this podcast. I don't know.
I see what you mean, what we were saying before about like seeing too much art and being like scared to be influenced by it.
I mean,
but it's also like knowing what's going on in the art world, right. And I appreciate other artists and I want my art to be seen and to be known. So like in order to do that, I need to like put myself 100%. Out there and follow people. And what I've been doing most recently is like reaching out, like DMing.
That's
let's be friends, because I realize I hate it, but you need a circle. Like you need to build a group of similar like-minded individuals around you so that if they are looking at your art and they need to build a team, they'll call you.
Which is why
that's teamwork.
Which is why I need to get back on social media, because I've been trying to take everything on so individually and be like, this is my project, this is what I'm doing now. And I'll just like sit in the studio and I'll just work on a painting for hours and hours and hours and never show anyone. I have so much work that I've just been sitting on.
I think what I really love about TikTok is that it combines all of like the things I really love to do, and it's kind of allowing me to do what I'm doing right now, which is building my website, Six of Hearts, which is involving like this podcast that you're listening to right now. So hello, but it's also going to be a YouTube page where maybe like I'll make videos where I'm sitting down with Claire painting, or
would love that.
Which we should do.
Oh my God. The lighting in the studio. Come on.
And, you know, showing you guys how I do my photography, but also putting music videos out there and short films. And then I still have my photography, and then being able to sell merch and but not merch, but like literally
cool clothing.
Yeah, things that I handmade myself, whether it be a tote bag or like a sweatshirt or something cool, but then also sell prints of my photography and sell prints of my paintings, and even sell original paintings and sell my metal work faces. Sell my mirrors, which is
why social media is needed, because you need somebody, like you need an audience for all that stuff. You need to find people who like that stuff. I totally agree with that, and I need to get on that. I'm not on that, but I will be soon.
Yeah, I appreciate like the people. I'm pretty sure my first TikTok to ever blow up was me turning my friend Jack's wisdom tooth into a ring, and people are like, you're crazy weird. Some in a sense of like, you're crazy weird, I love it, and then other people are like, you're crazy weird. But it's like funny, some people like came for the ride and allowed me to like genuinely be myself, which I think is a cool experience, because I'm not pretending to be something. Like maybe sometimes you'll hear my voice go a few octaves higher, but like, hey guys, but that's like still me. I'm not pretending that I was ever something that I'm not. Like Claire and I were talking about this earlier. I will air all of my dirty laundry on this podcast.
I literally could give a single fuck.
I'm gonna use my TikTok platform while I have it, and I hope it becomes something that is bigger than TikTok. Not that if someone ever was like, Gloriana, Lady Gleep, the TikToker, I'd be like, yeah, claiming that. Thank you. Like that was.
I'm sorry. I just zoned out. I literally did not listen to like the last 5 words you said.
It's okay. If some like, I would claim that. But,
okay. Your TikTok name.
Yeah, but I also I would claim like that's where my like a start came from.
Okay, yeah.
But I'd also like to have it grow. I think that's why I have so many names, because I'm like, Lady Gleep is my TikTok persona.
Yeah.
And like some of my photography. But now it's like I'm fully committing.
Where did that come from?
Lady Gleep?
Yes. Just the dome? Straight from the dome?
Straight from the noggin. No, I just okay. It's weird because, my name's Gloriana.
Yes.
But for some reason, since my name is so unique, anytime that someone's gotten close to me, they're like, you know what you need? A nickname.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, dude, I have Glow. Like, Glow's good. And they're like, yeah, but everybody calls you that. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, because it's my nickname. Like, Glow works. And my mom would call me Globy. I've been called Rat, Brat, Worm. Well,
Glob,
Galapagos, Gleep, Gloop. My high school boyfriend, I think, called me Gleep Glop. Or like a glop. And then another friend called me Glowy. Like a whole bunch of stuck. And I think I've just like taken little pieces from nicknames and was like, I am the Lady Gleep. And I like it, but I also am so, this about me, I am so indecisive, because the idea of sticking to one name hurts my brain. I'm like, it's not Gloriana, but I think if I ever reach a point where I am directing like seriously or acting seriously, then I'll use my real name. Yeah. Like I'll just be like, hey, I'm Gloriana. Yeah. Like, and when we're talking on the podcast, like I am Gloriana, but I'm also Glow, and I'm Lady Gleep, and I'm Glorjanita, which is what my grandma calls me. And hopefully I won't have to scream to her anytime soon. But this is the podcast.
Yeah, this is the podcast.
This is the Yad-Yast.
Yad-Yast.
And we've enjoyed this hour with you guys.
Oh my God, has it been an hour?
It's been an hour.
We said it was going to be 30 fucking... We were like, yeah, we'll do just a quick 30-minute intro.
A quick 30.
We banged it out.
I feel like we talked a lot about ourselves.
Which was good.
I hope
we
you
wanted
guys,
like a nice introduction.
Yeah, if you have any more questions about us and want to get to know us, like feel free to reach out.
Yeah, should we plug our stuff?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Lady Gleep, on my website at sixofhearts.club, on TikTok, Lady Gleep, on YouTube, Lady Gleep, on Spotify, Lady Gleep.
Yeah. You could find me on the Instagram that I'm going to start using. I swear to God, I'm going to start using it. I haven't posted since January, but I'm going to. It's Claire.444, baby.
And I'm pushing her to do it, so you know it's going to
happen. Yeah, Claire.444 on TikTok too.
And maybe we'll find a place. Oh, and you'll find this podcast on the Of Six Hearts Instagram.
Yes.
This podcast, Claire and I's podcast, will live on the sixofhearts.club, and if you're listening on Spotify or
the
Apple
podcast
Music,
app,
wherever you're listening to us, thank you. And
crazy. That's crazy to me that everybody is hearing my voice.
We love you. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.